One more that's like this. Yes, I can. Blah, 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 blah. Long, pregnant pause. Okay, so that time you gave us like a this. Can you try it again and give me like that? And the engineer is going. I'm like, that? And they're like, okay, we'll rein it in a little bit. And it goes on for like 30 minutes. You're like, this is 2 words. They want 2 words, and it's taking us 50 takes. So it can be very stressful, but it's equally stressful being an ADR director because you have to deal with those people. And you're like, can you give me this? And they just give you that. And you're like, ah, damn it! How did you get in here? So they both have their unique stresses. Yes, my lord. Oh shit. Can I fix your tie? You know I'm an actor, right? I just play one on TV. I can't tie shit. Well, get your happy ass up here. They're so demanding. Fine, be that way. I still get your soul out of this. Wow, that's tragic. I'm not gonna. It's much easier. Like, just hold the mic. Yeah, that wasn't so hard, was it? Thank you. Everyone, a big round of applause to the entitled Victorian Trust Fund brat. You look great, by the way. User!
You asked for an improvisation?
Shit. What do you think this is? Go on.
Drunk Scar.
Oh my god. Okay, well, what's he drinking? That's important, because there are different types of drunks. Seriously, let me think. Okay, so like there's a gin drunk, someone who drinks gin, like a British person.
Let's go for Everclear.
That's sloppy drunk. Like he's not even gonna be, he's gonna be like, this isn't even my arm! It's not even my arm! You know how much I had to work out just to get the biceps equal? Hey, my life. Wait, what's with that fucking panda thing? What is that? Is it a backpack or is it a lie? Like, what is it? Freaking me out, kid. Just talking to a wall. I just always wanted like Scar to continue on after the show and like just settle down and be like a totally normal dude who like owns a pet store or something. And he's super, super serious about it, but when the lights are off and the closed sign is turned around, he's like in there playing with all the puppies like, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You are. You done it.
What is the most difficult voice that you've had to train?
Scar's a good one. Scar was really, really hard because he's so deep, but he's also very gravelly, and that really shreds your vocal cords. So Mike McFarlane was really, really gracious about making sure I was only in it like 2 hours at a time and would record only 1 or 2 days a week, rather, so I had plenty of time to recover. He would also straddle me right before we started recording and just punch me repeatedly. So true story, the very first time, I should tell it, the very first time that I realized I would be cast as Scar and went in to actually record the booth, I was super like happy. I mean, I was a big Full Metal Alchemist fan. The original show came out and the manga, and I was like, oh my god, I loved it, but it kind of wrapped just before I was a voice actor. So I got to be in it literally as like Soldier C or something in like The Conqueror of Shambhala. Like literally my line was freeze. And I went home that day and go, I got to be because it was a red letter day. And then like 6, 7 years later, I'm good friends with Mike McFarlane by that time, and he calls me up and was like, hey, so Brotherhood's coming on the wire, and we need a Scar because Damien can't reprise the role. He's off in LA doing a movie. Do you want to be Scar? And I'm like, I'll never forget. It's actually recorded. they'll play it for me sometimes as a reference. Hey Tatum, you need a reference? And they'll pop it. I'm like, ah, you bastards. The first line I ever said to Scar, the first big line I said to Scar, this is how it went. Foolish alchemists who turn their backs on the ways of God shall be punished. And Mike going, what the hell was that at the end? I don't know, you're hearing things. Check your preamp. That wasn't me. Fighty. Yeah, that was the whole first 3 weeks of recording. You, Lizzie. Yes, are you Lizzie?
Sebastian.
Oh shit! Why do I keep picking? Go on.
Sebastian, who do you think would win a dance-off between you, Kyoya, and France?
Okay, France would be too drunk. France would be like, watch this, and pass out. Drunk. Kyoya doesn't dance. And Sebastian. I mean, if CL said, hey, Sebastian, win this, I mean, it's gonna be Sebastian. We all know that, right? So, there we go. Do not ask me to dance! You with the little red ears. Yes.
Would you consider Life of Lucas Circus season 3?
Would I consider it season 3?
Yeah.
Sure? Is that a big deal? Like, should I be like, no, it's not. The second never happened. Like, I enjoyed the second bit. It was.
What was your favorite part about?
I hate favorites. Don't make me pick a favorite.
Don't make me break you!
That's my favorite. Can you rephrase the question?
What was the best part?
That's the same question. I really enjoyed reprising roles, and the thing about Sebastian is that Brina and I and everyone else in that cast that show has been coming back to us again and again and again for like the better part of a decade now. So it's really cool to get to reprise a role because this business you don't get to do it very often. You usually do like one show and then you move on to something else and you have fond memories of it, but it doesn't come back around. Like I'll never play Kyoya again, for example. I mean it's sad, but that's an actor's life. That's what we do. We go, oh, I remember Kyoya. So occasionally you'll be like, oh, I gotta go dust off my butler uniform now. And so it's kind of cool. And I really enjoyed Book of Murder because I think it's one of the more engaging story arcs. And I loved getting to be Jeremy and Sebastian because that voice. Yeah, Jeremy. Yeah, the vicar. That's also me. Really? That's not Pro Tools. That's me. And I'm happy to say that it even freaked out Brina. Because we recorded and Brina came in, she's like, Ian, who the hell is that? He's like, that's Tatum. She's like, no it's not! She came out as I was going in she's like, screw you Tatum, that's not you, do the voice! So we do this to each other. And I was like, oh yes of course, welcome my lord. She's like, oh shut up! So much to do, so little time. In the back, you've got glasses on and you've got like a cool suit sleeve, yes.
So you play France and Sebastian, they're both like neuromortal characters. When you play neuromortal characters, you kind of feel like you have big shoes to fill because they've lived so long and seen so much, and much of it you won't get to live and see.
Well, thanks for bringing the room down. It's really funny, I haven't really thought of France as immortal, but that totally makes sense to me now that I'm like, oh, France is immortal. I've played several immortal characters in my career, and I really like it. It's actually, speaking of one of my big fandoms, is I'm a big Doctor Who fan, of course. And one of the most attractive things about playing a character like that is because, like, what is the inside of their head like? Someone that has seen so much and done so many things and apparently been the victim of a lot of grief because you can't be immortal and all your friends grow up and old and die around you all the time. I mean, it must drive you insane. So, like, I guess the psychological coping mechanisms that a person that had immortality would have to develop are completely beyond our imagination. I can't even begin to think what that must be like. Doesn't mean I don't want to try. But I just kind of think if I were immortal, I would want to have a really good time. I mean, we all distract ourselves, right, when we're surrounded by sadness, or by death, or hardship, or even just boredom. And an immortal must run into that a lot, so I feel like their ability to just let go and be like, screw it, I'm getting drunk, or screw it, I'm gonna go take this trip, or dive to the bottom of the ocean, or I'm gonna go to space, like, because why not? I feel like it gives them their immortality, gives them a kind of weird, very bittersweet courage. So I focus on that, because I think having that kind of life experience must really, really make your head a very interesting and complicated place. I had never thought that about France until just now. But
Thousands of years old now.
right. I didn't think about that. I'm like, you're right. He's thousands of years old. He looks good. That whole thing is, for me, exemplified by Isaac Dean and Miria in Bacano. I love them. Is anyone a Bacano fan in here? Love that show. It's a great show. But those two, like, I love them because they're kind of those beautiful idiots that are just like life to them is just one big play. They're just always kind of just rolling the dice and seeing what happens, and they have such a weird way of seeing things. Like their idea of a robbery, for example, is hysterical because it's not a robbery at all. Like, we're to go into this hat shop, pay for stuff, and leave. And that's a robbery. You know, like that's just because they're like, oh my god, that was so intense. And they're having such a brilliant time just kind of letting go and having fun and just and they're totally in love with each other, swept away by this romance because they are just having fun and completely uninhibited. But they don't realize they're immortal for like 80 years. And they suddenly go, holy shit, we haven't aged. Party! That's the kind of immortal I want to be. So, thank you. Cat ears, or bow, or whatever.
How does it make you feel when the characters that you voice are shipped with the other characters that people you know voice?
Depends if it's Todd. It never weirds me out because I'm the kind of guy that's like, oh, I see that. I say that. Sebastian and CL. That's weird.
Thank you.
That's weird. Can we please stop that? Because one, the age difference is creepy. And Sebastian looks like his dad.
Thank you.
Do you want to date your dad? I mean, I may want to date your dad, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to date your dad, and I don't want to date my dad. Seriously, like this, you see his dad, like Sebastian adopts that persona on purpose because that's what he needs. You know, that's what CL needs, a father figure. A father figure. I ship like Grell and Sebastian.
How about Erwin and Levi?
What?
How about Erwin and Levi from Attack on Titan?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Again, let me talk about the shipping in Attack on Titan. No, that is such a brutal, bloody, like depressing and intense show that I kind of feel like as a writer and as an actor, if like the audience is like, oh my god, I wonder who's doing who. I'm like, oh, we have completely failed to make this real for you. Because for me, and let me speak to this for a moment. Do we have Attack on Titan fans? So I want you to think about something if you watch it again, and you probably will. I mean, it's a fantastic show, and it's such an honor to be involved in something like that. Quick segue, if you haven't seen Attack on Titan Junior High, oh my god. Love it! Because it's like Attack on Titan Muppet Babies and no one dies. Spoilers. So you're like, oh, thank you. But getting back to the real show, like that show for me as a writer, and Tyson Reinhardt, who was the co-writer, felt the same way about bringing it to English. So that show to me, and this is why I bring it up